The tragic end of 22-year-old Tottenham man Andre Linton was one of the first times that the Metropolitan Police had concrete evidence that they were unprepared to deal with the perpetuating violence that was being spearheaded by gangs. In the 8 weeks leading up to the April 30th, 2005 incident, police have recorded at least 20 incidences that either involved GUNs like pistols or elongated blades like machetes. In one example, that Trident were unable to cope with the level of violence that North London gangs had bestowed on the capital was an 8-year-old had been mowed down by a gang whom had mounted the pavement in order to get away from his rivals when he sped away in his car. Police say that 22-year-old Andre Linton, who was a car salesman, was sitting in his car with his cousin when he was swarmed by members of a wood green gang called MLB. Now they had swarmed him from all sides, and that gang had been led by 19-year-old Jermaine Campbell, whom was also known by his tag name Killer. Now stuck on Buller Road, Andre was unable to reverse, put the car into gear, drive forward, or open a car door and escape, make a run for it. He was trapped by the very definition. Andre Linton, who was a pupil at Greg City Academy, had grown up in Tottenham and was not part of any gang. He was a civilian. But he'd been caught up in a seemingly random situation that escalated very quickly over what was something so simple as deemed as a look, disrespect. Andre was accused of giving members of the Wood Green gang a dirty look. CCTV caught the moment that Andre and his cousin Terrain were driving along Buller Road, Wood Green, in April 2005 when the MLB surrounded his car. Jermaine Campbell had pulled out a pistol which had been converted to take large rounds, extended his arm, straightened it, and then pointed it at the half-wound-down window. Looking at Andre, Jermaine Campbell then fired a single time. Andre was struck in the chest. On impact, the car lurched forward 50 yards up the road before the engine cut out. Andre fell forward over the steering wheel, slumped. Now, when he was taken to hospital where he was quickly pronounced dead, doctors would later find that Andre had been struck in the heart, which proved fatal. Now, Jermaine Campbell was arrested for the incident along with a teenage girl and a 17-year-old, but then they were released on bail to the shock of Andre's family. He was then charged with the M, and in court it was said that Jermaine Campbell had taunted his victim's family by doing things like laughing, being disengaged, yawning, and even winking at Andre's mom, as well as making trigger gestures with his fingers. It took more than 2 years, but Jermaine Campbell was ultimately jailed for life, and he was told that he would have to serve a minimum term of 25 years. These were just one of the incidences that members of the Wood Green gang would reference in things like music videos, social media, in order to further boost their notoriety. Stay safe.